In 2025, Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, officially secured the top 1 K-pop solo artist position in South Korea, marking a significant milestone not only in his individual career, but also in the ongoing legacy of BTS as a global music powerhouse. This achievement was based on a combination of digital sales, streaming numbers, album sales, and public voting tracked by official music charts in South Korea. The rankings, released by major South Korean music tracking agencies, placed Jungkook at the very top, surpassing other strong contenders such as IU, Taeyeon, Jimin, and Jennie. His win was not based on emotional support alone, but was firmly grounded in statistical dominance. From streaming platforms like Melon and Genie to album sales tracked by Hanteo and Gaon, Jungkook's presence was consistent and powerful. What makes this accomplishment particularly notable is the level of competition. South Korea's music industry is known for its high standards, fast turnover, and constantly evolving trends. For a soloist to rise to the #1 spot in such an environment is evidence of both talent and strategic execution. Jungkook's success as a solo artist stems from years of preparation. Though known worldwide for his contributions to BTS as a vocalist, dancer, and performer, his solo efforts reflect a carefully cultivated artistry that blends pop, R&B, hip-hop, and electronic music. His vocal control, musical choices, and ability to craft songs with broad appeal have made him a standout even outside of the group's fame. Jungkook's solo journey formally began with his debut solo single, 7, which was released in mid-2023 and instantly broke numerous records. The track topped global charts and was heavily streamed across South Korean platforms. His follow-up releases, including the highly acclaimed Standing Next to You and his debut solo album Golden, proved that he was not a one-hit phenomenon. The promotional strategies employed for Jungkook's solo career were both innovative and effective. His label ensured wide visibility through music show appearances, exclusive interviews, and digital marketing campaigns tailored to various audience demographics. Unlike traditional K-pop solo campaigns, Jungkook's promotions leaned heavily on global accessibility, offering multiple language subtitles, collaborations with international artists, and a heavy focus on streaming platforms. In South Korea, his appearances on major music programs like Inkigayo, Music Bank, and M Countdown led to record-breaking viewership and high broadcast ratings. Furthermore, Jungkook was frequently featured in variety programs and special interviews that introduced his solo artistry in a clear, accessible manner. Industry experts believe that this balanced mix of domestic and international promotion allowed Jungkook to dominate the Korean charts while also maintaining his global fan base. Though BTS members have pursued solo projects during the group's military hiatus, they've maintained a strong sense of unity and mutual support. Following Jungkook's victory as top 1 K-pop solo in Korea, various BTS members shared congratulatory. Such public acknowledgments are part of what sets BTS apart from many other K-pop groups. Even in individual pursuits, their sense of identity as a group remains intact. One of the key indicators of Jungkook's dominance in 2025 was the hard data collected across multiple Korean music platforms. According to Circle Chart, Jungkook's solo album ranked #1 in monthly sales for 2 consecutive months. His digital singles consistently appeared in the top 10 of Melon's daily and weekly charts. His music videos gathered hundreds of millions of views within days of release. Spotify Korea reported that Jungkook was the most streamed male K-pop soloist in South Korea in the first half of 2025. His international popularity translated effectively to domestic streaming numbers, creating a well-rounded profile of success. In addition, sales from both physical and digital platforms showed that Jungkook had one of the most balanced fan demographics among male soloists. Unlike many artists who rely primarily on fandom support, Jungkook's music also appealed to the general public, across genders, ages, and regions within South Korea. His performance on TV music shows further validated his impact. Jungkook earned multiple Triple Crowns, a term used when an artist wins first place on a music show for 3 consecutive weeks. In 2025 alone, he secured more than 10 music show wins, placing him at the top of the solo artist leaderboard. Jungkook's rise to the number one soloist position in Korea is more than just a personal milestone. It represents a turning point in the evolving K-pop landscape. As a member of BTS, a group that consistently broke boundaries globally, Jungkook's solo career has now set a new standard for what K-pop solo success can look like in the digital age. Traditionally, K-pop soloists who emerged from groups faced a number of challenges: maintaining relevance, building a distinct brand, and transitioning from group identity to individual artistry. Jungkook's transition was executed with remarkable precision. Not only did he preserve the essence of BTS's global appeal, but he also carved out a unique identity through musical experimentation, aesthetic branding, and international collaborations. Several entertainment agencies and industry analysts are already studying Jungkook's solo success as a case study. From his pre-release promotion schedule to the timing of music video drops and social media algorithms, everything was carefully optimized. His impact has encouraged labels to invest more in solo debuts of group members, with clearer roadmaps and individualized sound development. Moreover, Jungkook's success challenged the previous notion that K-pop soloists should focus primarily on vocal ballads or theatrical performances. His discography, ranging from UK garage-inspired pop to retro funk and modern R&B, expanded the genre possibilities for K-pop soloists. His influence has prompted other idols and labels to consider a more globally diversified sound strategy. Another critical shift comes from the perception of solo male idols. Historically, female K-pop soloists dominated domestic charts. Jungkook's success demonstrated that male soloists can achieve comparable, or even superior, chart dominance when equipped with the right music, branding, and strategic support. As a result, other male idols are increasingly preparing for competitive solo debuts, inspired by Jungkook's example. Comparative analysis with other top soloists. To fully understand the weight of Jungkook's achievement, it's essential to place it within the broader context of his contemporaries. In 2025, the top soloists in South Korea included IU, Taeyeon, Jennie, Jimin, Baekhyun, and Sunmi, all of whom are recognized powerhouses with strong discographies and dedicated fan bases. In terms of digital streaming, Jungkook led consistently across platforms like Melon, Genie, and Bugs. Compared to IU, who is often cited as South Korea's digital queen, Jungkook's 2025 numbers slightly surpassed hers during peak weeks, especially following his album release and music show performances. When compared to Jennie of Blackpink, who also released a solo project around the same time, Jungkook had higher physical album sales and broader radio airplay. While Jennie achieved strong international buzz through fashion and celebrity tie-ins, Jungkook maintained momentum through consistent musical output and stage presence. Within BTS itself, Jimin has also enjoyed solo success, especially with his hit track Like Crazy. However, chart data from 2025 revealed that Jungkook's numbers in domestic digital and physical categories were stronger and more sustained across multiple releases. Jungkook's ability to dominate both Korea's domestic charts and international platforms gave him a comprehensive advantage. Critics have also compared Jungkook's vocal tone and performance style with that of Baekhyun, another prominent male soloist known for his R&B vocal techniques. While Baekhyun excels in emotive delivery and falsetto control, Jungkook's range, tone versatility, and genre fluidity offer a broader commercial appeal. These comparisons show that Jungkook didn't reach the top by default or fan-driven hype alone. His rise was the result of outperforming multiple top-tier soloists through consistent quality, performance, and strategic career management. A major contributor to Jungkook's solo success is his strong sense of artistic identity. Unlike many idols who rely solely on external producers or composers, Jungkook has increasingly taken part in the creative process behind his music. From lyric writing to vocal arrangement, He has demonstrated a clear vision for what his solo work should sound and feel like. His debut album, Golden, was a well-curated mix of genres that reflected his growth and versatility. Tracks like Standing Next to You embraced a vintage sound with modern execution, while songs like 3D explored rhythmic syncopation and electronic layering. The production style leaned on globally recognized sounds, drawing from Western R&B, UK dance beats, and trap pop, yet still felt distinctly Korean in structure and vocal delivery. Jungkook has worked with an impressive roster of international producers, including Andrew Watt, Blood Pop, and David Stewart. These collaborations enabled his music to meet global quality standards without compromising cultural relevance. In interviews, Jungkook has emphasized his desire to create music that speaks to multiple generations and tastes. He has mentioned that he doesn't want to be boxed into a single genre or image. This open-minded approach has made his discography dynamic and consistently engaging. Visually, his music videos and performances also reflect a cinematic production style. Storyboarding, set design, choreography, and color grading are coordinated to present a clean, stylish, and polished result. This commitment to high production standards has elevated Jungkook's appeal, even among casual listeners. Jungkook's achievement as Korea's top 1 K-pop soloist is inseparable from the power and coordination of his fanbase, known as ARMY. With a well-established infrastructure of global supporters, the fan community played a vital role in amplifying his music through streaming campaigns, bulk purchasing, and consistent social media promotion. In the South Korean music industry, digital streaming and downloads are significant metrics that influence chart rankings. ARMY's organized streaming efforts across platforms like Melon, Genie, Bugs, and Flow were instrumental in ensuring Jungkook's songs stayed at the top of the charts. Through tutorials, time-based playlists, and guidelines for optimal streaming, fans maximize digital impact within the rules of each platform. Physical album sales were another core element of Jungkook's success. His solo album, Golden, sold hundreds of thousands of copies in South Korea alone, placing him among the top-selling soloists of the year. Fan bases coordinated group orders, supported offline events at record stores, and contributed to offline point-of-sale data, which feeds into the Circle chart, formerly Gaon system. Streaming culture on platforms like Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music also bolstered Jungkook's domestic profile. Although these platforms are more globally inclined, their Korean user base has grown significantly, especially among younger listeners. Jungkook's tracks were frequently added to editorial playlists, algorithmically recommended, and heavily replayed, which helped increase his visibility even among non-fans. Social media platforms such as Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Weverse were also key in spreading awareness of his releases. Short-form video content, reaction clips, dance challenges, and lyric edits helped Jungkook's tracks trend across multiple online spaces. This sustained presence in the digital ecosystem further anchored his popularity and drove organic interest from general audiences. The most impressive aspect of Jungkook's streaming dominance lies in how seamlessly fan engagement was aligned with broader music consumption patterns. Unlike artificially inflated chart performances that fade quickly, Jungkook's success was sustained over weeks and months, a reflection of both fandom strength and widespread public interest. The critical reception to Jungkook's solo career has been largely positive. Music critics from major Korean outlets such as Ease, Dispatch, and Sports Chosun praised his debut album for its musical coherence, vocal control, and production quality. In particular, the lead single Standing Next to You was widely cited as a standout track due to its fusion of funk-inspired beats and polished vocal layering. Unlike some solo debuts that rely heavily on concept or shock value, Jungkook's solo music was noted for its balance. Critics highlighted how the songs were accessible to both fans and the general public, without feeling watered down or overly commercial. The maturity of his vocals, combined with his confident delivery, demonstrated a natural evolution from group performer to standalone artist. Television and radio programs also gave positive attention to Jungkook's activities. Programs like KBS's Entertainment Weekly, MBC's Section TV, and SBS's Night of Real Entertainment featured segments on his album release, music video productions, and chart performance. These programs often interviewed producers, music directors, and stylists who worked with Jungkook, shedding light on the effort behind his work. Public perception, especially in South Korea, was also favorable. Online comment sections on Naver and Daum showed strong support, with netizens praising his professionalism, humble attitude, and stage presence. His consistent efforts to communicate in Korean during press conferences, fan events, and television appearances were appreciated by local audiences. Importantly, Jungkook managed to avoid controversy during his solo promotions, a feat that is often difficult for high-profile artists. His public image remained steady and well-managed, which contributed to the general trust and admiration from both media and the public. Additionally, his consistent performance on music ranking shows, where songs are judged based on a combination of digital, physical, and broadcast metrics, demonstrated that his success was not driven solely by fandom voting. The fair and consistent victories helped strengthen his reputation as an artist whose work could stand on its own merit. Jungkook's solo achievements are not only personal victories, but also major milestones for BTS and the K-pop industry as a whole. As the youngest member of BTS, his chart-topping solo success reinforces the idea that each member of the group can thrive individually while still contributing to the collective strength of BTS. From a business perspective, Jungkook's solo work added new layers of value to the BTS brand. Hybe Corporation, BTS's parent company, benefited from the extended life cycle of BTS-related products and content. Stock market analysts pointed out that Jungkook's solo releases had a measurable impact on Hybe's entertainment sector revenue during quarterly earnings reports. Internally, BTS members often emphasized that solo projects were not about competition, but personal growth. Jungkook's #1 position is a symbolic win for the group's collaborative dynamic. His success enhances BTS's group narrative, showing that their influence is not limited to the team format. They are individually capable of moving the industry forward. The K-pop industry as a whole is likely to feel the ripple effects of Jungkook's success. Labels are already adjusting their strategies by offering longer training periods for idol trainees, emphasizing digital literacy, and promoting artist-driven content creation. The level of excellence Jungkook achieved has raised the bar for future idol soloists,